random thoughts in my head, and sometimes I let them come out of my mouth.
Hi guys, welcome back to Random Thoughts. I am the D Marie, and we are here with my sister, the Triangle area's top realtor, and I wanted to interview her for Random Thoughts. Guys, welcome Kelly. Kelly, welcome.
Thank you, Andrea. Thank you. I'm happy to be here. You've been trying to get me here for the past 9 years. 9 years. I moved here in 2014, so 9 years.
Yes, I've been trying, guys, and I finally got her. So I wanted you on Random Thoughts because I was randomly thinking about, hey, it's the new year. Everyone's talking about goals and, New Year's resolutions. And I feel like of the people that I know who are goal crushers, that is you. You set a goal, you kill it. You move on to the next goal, you kill it. I really feel like failure in Kelly is not a sentence that ever happens.
Well, here's the thing. Failure happens, but just like Edison, when he was looking to invent the light bulb, he didn't say that he failed. He said he just found multiple ways. It was a specific number of not inventing it. So
True.
it's not that I don't necessarily quote unquote fail, but I'm not afraid to just get back up and try a different way or try something else. Not accomplishing.
I love that about you.
Does not stop me from going after something that I really want.
I love that about you. I really do.
Thank you.
So, I wanted to know. I had this random thought about how people set resolutions and they have goals, but as you get older or even become a different person, that they change. I want to know, what was one of your big goals that you went, you know what? It's not something I really want to go for anymore.
Yeah, that's a simple one. My master's in nursing, I literally was in the middle of my master's program in nursing in 2020. I completed half the degree, my master's in nursing education, and I said, yeah, you know what? I looked up the ladder, looked at everywhere that this master's could, the doors it would open for me, and said, that's not really where I want to be. And that's when I switched career paths and became a real estate agent.
Okay. And how's that going? But tell my audience how you're doing in the real estate world.
Because this is not necessarily a real estate post, which I am doing wonderfully. So I've been now in 2.5 years, and year after year I just continue to produce more and help more families. I'll say for me, it's less about how many homes I'm selling, although that increases every year, and it's more about the families that I help.
Yeah.
And the individuals that thought their goal was almost impossible. And then not only did I tell them it's possible, then we went out there and achieved it. So I'm absolutely loving real estate. I'm loving, crushing my goals.
Yeah, so it's like you're crushing your goals and helping people, because for a lot of people, buying a house is a goal, and it's like you're helping them achieve that goal. I love that. I really do.
Thank you.
So speaking of like New Year's and goals, what is your favorite way of keeping track of your goals?
Favorite way of keeping track of my goals, writing it down. It doesn't matter if it's a business goal. I do a business plan every, at the end of the year so it's in place for the beginning of the year. And literally, so I have a goal to go on 100 listing appointments this year, and that's not even a big number. It sounds like a big number, but it's
that sounds a lot to me.
It's not compared to other top producers that I'm aware of.
Yeah.
I'm like, that's nothing. It's going to be a lot for me, and that's why I set it so high. But that's nothing compared to other top producers. So, and literally, I have a big sheet of paper. It's a big old school sheet of paper with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, all the way to 100, and you just keep check marking it.
Okay.
So that when you hit 100, you checked it off. Then you get to start adding numbers if you surpass your goal. So how do I make that general to everything in your life? It's basically get a sheet of paper. write down, be very specific with the universe. I want this specifically by this date. And then go after it and write it down.
I feel like sometimes I overwhelm myself with goals. Like thinking of your sheet of paper thing, I do the whiteboard. I mean, you know me, I have whiteboards everywhere in my house. So I have like one giant whiteboard in my bedroom that I have like all the things I want to accomplish this year. And sometimes I look up at it and I'm like, that's a lot. Do you feel like you overwhelm yourself, or do you have cap yourself at a number of goals you go for, or it's kind of like every facet of my life, this is what I'm looking to do?
Yeah, so I think it's no secret that I am part of the Tom Ferry coaching sphere for real estate coaching. Number one real estate coach. I think for many, many years in a row. I won't tell how many specifically in case I mess it up. But even he says over and over again in his training programs, and I forget where he got his research from, but it's 3. No more than 3 goals, because as you add on goals, the percent starts to decline for how likely you're going to maintain it and achieve it. So if you focus only on one goal at a time, I think it's like 80 something percent of being able to actually achieve that goal. Mm-hmm. So as you continue to add on, the percent keeps going down. 3. So in Tom Ferry's sphere world, we do no more than 3 goals is what we focus on at a time. Achieve those 3 goals, and once they become part of your DNA, your fabric, this is just who you are and how you operate, then you add on a different goal, because it's no longer a goal, you achieved it.
Okay.
It's your DNA. Now get a new goal.
That makes sense. I think I should definitely do that, because I want to say there's like maybe 9 or 10 things up there right now. And I just keep going, okay, which one do we want to work on now? It's like, okay, I think you're right. Like I should really like narrow it down and what do I want to focus on first?
I want you to prioritize those goals.
Yeah.
Prioritize those 10 goals, erase 8 of them.
Okay. I can
put those 8, like what I call a parking lot, meaning in a journal, in a book somewhere. So that you're not forgetting about them. Mm-hmm. But right now in your life, you got 1, 2, 3. That's it.
Yeah. So it would be better to just have the 3 on the whiteboard and write down the rest.
Yep.
So
I call it exactly. I call it a parking lot. And not that I'm not going to go get these, but right now I have prioritized. These are the most important things in my life. Mm-hmm. Let's say I like to prioritize things like health and family very high up there. So if it's something that has to do with my family or my health, they get a higher ranking than something that has to do with my business. Okay. My business is important, but if I'm not a whole person, I can't give to others. So if you have a health or family goal, you might want to put that, throw out your categories. So you might want to look at your 10 goals and categorize them.
Health, family, money, job, which I feel like money and job is almost kind of like the same thing, but it's in my mind, it's not, because it's like there's like the debt goal and then there's the making the money goal, and they don't feel like the same thing to me.
That's true. I mean, that's very true. There's so many different ways that you can make money.
Yeah.
It's really limitless. It really is. But your money goal should be a finite number. Only you know what it is. Like, this is how much I need to retire. Mm-hmm. This is how much I need to be debt free. So that is a solid goal, whereas in how you make money is limitless. It depends on you and your abilities and what you're willing to do for it.
But you mentioned your 100 homes goal. Do you have any other big goals this year that you want to crush, or at least 2, because you said you got 3?
Oh yeah, big goals. Okay, so there's quite a few big goals. There's some that I'm not ready to reveal just yet. It depends when you can post this video. No. So yes, I do. Say, one thing I absolutely love and I'm ready for is that my 10-year wedding anniversary is January 26th. Woo-hoo. I know. So I have a huge goal just to make this like to another 10 years. Let's make 20. So that is a big goal for me.
I love that. I was on Google as I am from time to time. And I was curious about 2023 goals, and I wanted to see what you thought about these most popular goals of 2023 according to Google.
Okay.
Well, it's not really according to Google because I Googled a list, and the list from a website called get20.com or gen20.com
Okay.
has a list of what some of the most popular goals are. Goals for self-investment, apparently. I don't know why that is a thing and why can't I find the list? Where'd it go?
So goals for self-investment is like a really hot topic is what you're saying?
Yeah.
So I would agree with that. Self-investment, are you talking about like investing in yourself personally?
Yes.
Oh, okay. So yeah, I think that's a great thing. I think mental health continues to be high priority in people's lives, and as it should be. And if you take time to invest in yourself, like I said, I can give so many things to clients, to my family members, to my husband. I mean, I feel like sometimes I have some clients that say, "You are so perky first thing in the morning." And I am, because I have on the back end self-invested time into myself so I can give it to you. I can give it to clients. So I think that is very important in all aspects in your life. You can't give energy to your children, to your husband, to your daughter, your mother, your sister, your friends, if you don't first give that energy to yourself and be kind to me.
I totally just lost the list, so I'm just going with what I see here. But I agree. I think self-investment is one of my big goals for this year, is to work on me, work on my boundaries. I'm going to take your advice and narrow down that list of like 10 I have on the wall and make it better. But you know, the typical goals according to Google anyways, lose weight, write a book. I never thought about having just write a book is my goal.
You know what? It's so funny. Lose weight is definitely at the top of my list too. You know, I have post baby body, so I have no reason to not work on this. I am going to be training for my OCR race, a Spartan race. OCR is obstacle course racing. So it's like taking a 5K and turning itself on its head because, oh, by the way, I want you to pick up this heavy thing and move it over there. Or pull your whole entire body weight. I will be there cheering you on. Exactly. Pull your whole entire body weight through the mud. This is not easy. So yeah, I understand, you know, weight goals because people just want to be the healthiest version of themselves. Yes. And I'm sorry, what was the second thing?
Write a book.
Write a book. You know what? I have thought about that. There is too many times I will tell someone a story, a true life story of myself, and people look at me like, and I'm like, I know, I got to write a book of my life. This is no lies. This is real stuff right here. Like, I need a book written. Like, my life can get pretty crazy.
I have write a book on a goal list, but it's more like illustrated book because like, you know, I went to art school and one of my assignments was to draw a book, and I just loved it so much. I'm like, I want to do that again. I want to create and draw a book that I could put out there myself, but I don't know that that's a goal for this year. But it's a one-day goal.
I'll definitely say this. If someone's goal is write a book, start with writing a journal.
Yes.
Every night, journal your thoughts and ideas. Then you can take your journal, and even if you don't, not to do a biography, but that creative thoughts, like your heroine or your hero can be doing some of the things that you accomplished in your journal, or having some of the thoughts. I mean, and it will speak to a real live, it'll speak to audiences because you already lived it. You've been there. It's a suggestion.
I like it. I think that's a good suggestion. The next one is stop procrastinating. That is always my goal.
As the queen of procrastination land. Amen and amen. But all us procrastinators say we'll get to that tomorrow.
We'll do it tomorrow.
We will get to stop procrastinating tomorrow.
Fall in love. Fall in love with myself is one of my goals. Like I think falling in love with myself is my goal.
Yeah, being in a 10-year marriage, which I know is probably sound like small potatoes to other people who've been married much longer, and then really big to people that have been married much shorter. I always say, be and embrace where you are on your journey and never compare. But being in a 10-year marriage, I absolutely love the process of falling in and out of love with my husband and getting to know who he is from year to year, because his goals and who he is changes, and my goals and who I am changes. So always constantly remember to date your spouse. Never show up thinking you know everything about them. Even if you get there at 50, 60, 70 plus years, you will never always know everything about them. And I love that. It is the, epitome of, I love dating my spouse. So I love that goal of fall in love, even for married people. I would say married people stay in love, or search to find what that is that made you go, in the first place.
I like that. That's good advice. Good advice. The next goal is be happy.
Yeah, you know what? I would suggest a book by the Dalai Lama. It's called The Art of Happiness.
Okay. I'm going to have to pick that one up. Daily entries, daily journal entries.
Yeah, sounds good.
And we're going to go with this last one. Get a tattoo.
I think tattoos are such a personal thing. I mean, it is. It is a personal choice, a personal decision. That must be something a lot of people. You're saying this is a popular goal.
Yeah, it's popular. Most popular goals.
Yep. All right, sounds good to me. I'll say, as a person who has never had a tattoo a day in her life, it is not on my list.
It's on mine.
I'm not about to
Baby
start.
born, so I need to add the new baby to the list.
And I love seeing my children's names on your body.
Yeah.
I mean, it's beautiful. I support the beautiful art that you do. I have no desire.
They're my sweethearts.
Although, did you hear that your mother? Are we going there on this show, or is that a different show?
No, go for it.
Your mother, Patricia Ann, supposedly is getting a tattoo this year. So
okay,
and
so it's on her goal
and
list.
she's supposed to be going with my beautiful son, who's 21 years old. So I'm like,
I want to go too. Hello, how dare they leave me out?
I am gonna go and support, and I'm gonna clap for him.
I'm gonna go and get
I'm
one.
not doing it
because I need to add one. I don't have enough.
There has never been a goal, thought, or desire of mine, but I will go support anybody. It is your body and your prerogative.
That's hilarious. Well, there's like this list I found was on Google. I just randomly Googled and popped up most popular goals. So if you guys want to check it out, check it out. I'm not gonna read all of them. There's like 43 on there. I mean, share, comment below. What are your goals for the new year, or just goals in life in general, and where you want to go? Pooh, Kelly.
You can call me Pooh.
Thank you for all your advice. I'm definitely going to check out a couple of those things. Let me ask you the random question of the day, though.
All right.
What is the hardest room in your house for you to clean? Hardest. Like, you go in that room and it's just like, I can't get this done.
Okay, so my house stays pretty clean. You do not know what it's like to live with a Dutch Dutchman. You cannot even blink. On my drive over here, I was talking to my husband, who's a Dutch Dutchman, and he's like, I'm going to be in there cleaning the living room while you're gone. He gets excited about cleaning. So I don't find too many rooms hard. If I think about hard, I have very tall, high, vaulted ceilings. Mm-hmm. I mean, they're like, they're really high, really high, 2-story high ceilings, because half the upstairs is not over the other half. So anytime I see a cobweb up there, I'm like, oh my gosh, where did that spider get up there? We gonna let this ride because that spider.
Right.
I'm like, hi, Miss Muffet. Okay. So I'm gonna say my family room, my great room, whatever you call it, living room, because of the high ceilings, and I can't get Miss Muffet up in the corner. She's sitting on her tuffet.
Oh, wow.
I'm like, I'm done.
I can't. All right, guys. Well, let us know, what is the hardest room for you to get clean. Tell us your goals. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. And thanks again, Kelly, for coming.
Yes, thank you for having me.
Hopefully we can do this again.
Absolutely. Let's do it again.
Talk to you guys later.
All right.
Bye.